Muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News Update apo patinoda kupa first hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare. Sekuziva kwatiri kuita nezuro ranga riri zuva reDefense Air Forces Day, zuva remauto emhuri yeZimbabwe, because rinouya rakati derekedzanei nezuva reIndependence rekusununguka kwenyika ino yeZimbabwe. Apo patiri kuona Valerio Sibanda naVP Chiwenga vakauya vakarova kombati yemilitary, sezvo tinoziva kuti kana kune mafunctions emilitary emhuri yeZimbabwe hazvine nekuti wanga uri current general or uri retired generals unongouya vakapfeka nyembe dzako kuzviratidza kuti uri muuto. So ndo zvisikadiwi nevamwe vanhu mubato reZANU-PF izvozvo. Patakaona futi Vice President Constantino Chiwenga naSanyatwe iwana PV Sibanda anga achiri the current general mazuva ivavo emhuri yeZimbabwe. Patakaona VP Chiwenga vachiuya vakarova combat yehumilitary commander. Patakaona naTemba Muliswa vakabuda vachipopota anataura ikandishaya vachiita sei vachididimwa, sezvo zvetinoziva kuti vanonyatsa kuziva kuti VP Chiwenga vane influence kumilitary, ndoyo vanenge vakatemba kuti inge ichibvisa bato reZANU, inge ichibvisa President Emerson Mnangagwa. Avo patinoonawo bato reZANU-PF rinotochengetedzwa nemilitary, because pasina military o masecurity sectors hapana bato reZANU-PF. Ndosaka muchiona waMnangagwa vachingoti vakati gare gare woisa ziso ikoko, vakati gare gare woisa ziso ikoko, vachirova mareshuffle vachimixa vanhu. Chinova chiri cho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka muno munyika yeZimbabwe. Muri yeZimbabwe pana patati chikupai manews update ezvimwe zvezvinhu zvina zviri kuitika. Tiri kuona ndana Niki Mangwana vemuri kuona apava vari kubuditsa nhaurwa dzakafanana neidzodzo. So tiri kuona ana Niki Mangwana vanobuditsa zvimwe zvinhu vachizodeleta because vanenge vaudzwa kunzi zvinhu zvamabuditsa apa hamufaniri kunge muri munozvibuditsa. So tichipinda munhauwa yaCollins Mnangagwa, tiri kuona kuti nhauwa iri iri kunzi idhiri rainge rakarongwa namai Auxilia Mnangagwa, apo patiri kuona musikana ne22 years uyu ari kunzi mainvestigations akurohwa ari kunzi awanikwa aine zvinhu zvinowetha 7 million munhu ane 22 years emhuri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona sort of like inhando nhauwa yacho yakanzi anga achisungisirwa namai Auxilia Mnangagwa yekuti anga achisiyana naCollins Mnangagwa, uye Collins Mnangagwa ari kunzi ari kuBelarus pari zvino kurehab, haasi muno munyika yeZimbabwe. So ita kuti tinzwa makomboredi vetinawo pano muri yeZimbabwe, wozongotiudza mucomment section kuti uri kufungei nemakomboreds nenhauwa dzavari kutaura idzodzo, especially vanenge vachianalyza nhauwa dzezvematongero enyika dziri kuitika muno munyika yeZimbabwe.
Avoid these things from happening again. But when it comes to the parallel structure, you hear a lot in terms of the finance ministry. Kune chimwe chigroup chevanhu vanodecide kuti who gets paid, who doesn't get paid when you talk of corruption in Zimbabwe. Those are issues we hear every day. And then how is this happening? You will find that these groups, Chakat for ED, it's a political survival strategy. We know how many people truly support ZANU-PF in terms of my elections or my rallies, and ZANU-PF enjoys these different groups because it's a political survival tactic. When Mapostori are coming as a group for ED, Mawinda are coming as a group for ED, it becomes a political survival tactic for them. So you will see them very reluctant to stop that from happening and enjoy the benefits as a political survival tactic. But it's so sad because, as you said before, our institutions that we rely on, are being eroded. It's something that needs to be fixed. But I think it goes back to the structure of government itself. This office of a president, the president appoints how many people in government? You're talking of 200 people as when you form a new government. So these are the issues that we should talk about. These are issues that we must deal with. We need to look at our constitution. I think this CAB 3 is a reminder that we need to to do a major service on our constitution, looking at reducing the powers of the president. I think the office itself is a monster that was created during the colonial period. And we as young people have got a duty now to say, come on, let's look at the governance system of our country. This is 2026. Can we continue to have one man on top of us or being the leader of the nation? Or we look at other alternative forms of governance systems that can work better than having a president who's going to have criminals around him, who's going to have Rigananda around him. Maybe the next one might have what? I don't know, top soup around him, which is going to continue or us having the problems. So I think the bigger picture is that the governance system itself is not the best for us. We need to reconsider that. But also, if you remember, one of the issues which pains me the most, GNU talked about reforming the security sector. If you think of FAS, it was a central issue during the just ended 2023 elections. So it's around the security sector of our country. We need to make sure that we reform that. The late Morgan Tsvangirai is used to talk about transforming Joint Operations Command into a national prosecuting authority. One of the major fundamental reforms that is yet to happen in our country, so that we are able to move in terms of stopping corruption and all other things. We really need to look at that, how the formation of JOC and reforming it into a national prosecution authority. We have seen the relationship between the security sector and the ruling party. There's a thin line now, or no line, between the state and the party, the ruling party. So I think it's central also to look at that in order to avoid this kind of parallel power structures or parallel governments. But in terms of ZANU-PF as a party, we have seen this before. We have seen G40, we have seen Lacoste, we have seen a lot. And some of these individuals, like the former MP Temba Muliswa, I think it's because of factionalism, and people would want to enjoy that. I don't know if it helps the military intelligence or the central intelligence organization, but I wouldn't think so. It's just factionalism per se. But in my view, I think we really need to relook at the governance system. In 2026, Mofu and Ango Jeds, this president's office is too influential. For the Zimbabwean office, presidential office is too influential, too many powers. We need to, and a president should not appoint anyone. We should select all these government officials through parliament, and our president should be accountable in parliament as well. So these are some of the reforms that we need to talk about, so that we avoid Rigananda from going around him. But in a bigger picture going forward, having one man as the president is not a good governance system. Thank you so much. That's my contribution.
Right. Thank you very much, Mkoma. I do appreciate you right there. Let us move on quickly. Kuna Special 7. Special 7, how you doing?
I'm very well, Uncle. How are you?
No, I'm good.
Good. Uncle Titus, Move Titus, how are
Good
you?
evening, Special 7. Hope you're well.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
And those who have been resettled, who have different parts of the world, they are being moved again from those particular positions again. They said, so which means what they are trying to do now, which means we are saying that, okay, the land reform has failed because we have not done anything. For those who have listened to this representative from Burkina Faso, that is 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday or so, in 4 years, there's been a transformation in that particular country in terms of development, something which could not be done in 60 years, but they've done it in 4 years. You know, imagine building hospitals, 38 hospitals, big hospitals in 4 years. That is an achievement. I don't call that one a cool. They are fighting for their sovereignty. They're building homes. They plow they plow something like 58,000 hectares of land for free for people to to do their crops and everything else, to sustain sustain the nation. They are not even importing some of those things because they are able to produce for themselves. You see, what we only need is Zimbabwe to rebuild our industry. We need machinery. We need the people who can be there for us, not what is happening there. We don't want to depend on the crumbs which they are giving people in forms of donations. So this is the time whereby we need to be resilient. If we are neutral, tamadzakusaku. And now, for us to only, the only way we can support to stop this Cap 3 is to support someone who can dismantle Zambia from inside. That is the current situation. Because if you are to think of someone who is outside the structure at the particular moment, but this is the first stage. If you are to have elections in 2028, which means the first stage is support somebody who is within the structure to dismantle it, then it will be again up to us as citizens of Zimbabwe come 2028 to choose whoever we want, because any other ordinary person will not be able to dismantle what is actually happening at the moment, because we do not have institutions which can actually represent us. You see, when Chiwenga is speaking, he's still in there. He still possesses power, but what he needs the citizens of Zimbabwe, you see, to put our differences together. We all know all those particular things, because what we need is to dismantle the system first. When the system is dismantled, a lot of people will be out of that particular system. That is the first stage. Because if you want to stop these Ganandas and everything else, first, those who are in there must be demolished. That is the first thing. There's no any other way to do it. But it has to come from somebody who is inside. You see, if the person is outside it, they cannot fight it. You see, because those guys, they've got money. They use money. Use money to silence voices of certain people. Then wherever there's a misrepresentation of facts, it must be dismantled. And this other thing is that every day we hear most of influencers, they try to do this, but as no shape, as no weight, you see, as well as nobody Zimbabwe, but we all know the truth, you see. So let's just put our differences. Let's fight the first system before we even try to choose who is there, who is not. Even a grade 7 can still be a president in Zimbabwe, can probably even achieve to more than who holds whatever qualification we have, because just say, then we can still achieve our goals. So this constitutional coup, there will be no more Zimbabwe for us. Because you cannot tell me, for example, what happened in the past few days, that the presidential advisor who was given the tender to renovate Parinyato Hospital, right? He's a presidential advisor. Then he gets a tender, right, to do renovations there. Then the next time we see that drama, those are professional people. They're not being respected. All those Trapabalas drama which we are seeing. Other young people traveled from Bulawayo, Gweru. It's through desperation. Thousands of people traveled to Trapabalas to go and look for $100. They've used the transport money to come in there. How much money was used? Thousands of dollars were wasted to look for $500, which can be taken maybe by one or two people. That shows a sign of desperation. We cannot support that kind of things happening in our economy because we are not doing anything. We're not adding any value. Because why would you need to extend by 2 years, by 3 years, by 4 years, by 5 years when you fail to do basic things? You see, basic things, medicines in our hospital, education. We have having flooding, especially in January, February. It was flooding the whole country because our state of the roads, they are bad. You see, they are bad and we don't hear anything. Even the official cabinet these days, they're not even speaking. They're not even saying anything. You can hear one minister, probably from Minister of Agriculture, just saying one or two things. Another minister here and there, because they are even scared themselves. You see, they are not together. They are even scared, but they've got nowhere to go. But it has to come from us citizens that for now, even if we don't like that person, some things have been said there. But for now, let's support somebody so that this thing can be dismantled. Without that, if that guy is being given support, the stage 1 will be complete, because we don't want this constitution. Once it is done, it's a genocide, it's a Holocaust, it's more than Gaza. We are finished. Thank you so much.
All right. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother Artisan of Apples. government, politics, international trade, finance, public administration, research, education. No, I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate you. I just want to maybe a quick respond before I go to the next one on you touching on the point that it has to be somebody from inside. That's how we have to do it. I do hear that point, but